sure you can hear the exhaustion in my voice. I have really just been taking a break. It was time for me to really take a break from everything. It's been hard for me to stop researching. My tree is getting bigger and bigger, and I'm just so grateful that I didn't even give up. I didn't give up. I kept digging. People just kept coming in my life out of nowhere and just giving me so much support. They probably don't even realize how much. I have actually built my tree to the point where I'm honestly using the reparations report and the laws that are broken down in the codes and the different policies that were enforced across the United States. It has been very helpful for me to somewhat visualize what my relatives, had to go through and what they endured, and it's given me a new perspective. It's given me a new attitude about myself, about my works, about what I want to create, about what I want to build for my family that I've created. Emotionally, I'm drained because it's a lot. It's a lot, but it's also such a beautiful gift to know who you are and where you came from. And I don't even know the words to make it deeper, because it needs to sound deeper, to be able to reconnect yourself with the human family, with your human relatives, your ancestors, the moms and the pop-pops, going all the way back as far as you can reach. I don't really know what it's... Well, no, I do. My mom had a lot of brothers and sisters, my adopted mother. And I remember the feeling that I really don't feel these days, of course, because they're gone. It was this feeling of... It's not fellowship. It's just like a feeling of companionship and familiarity, and that is, even though my family dynamic was a little rough for my liking, but that was out of our control, theirs and mine, because other people were involved who probably should not have been, had everything been known and clear. But we're not going to cry over spilled milk. We're going to wipe it up and keep moving. So I just remember knowing I had uncles and cousins, and everyone was right there. Like, I could find 1,000 things to complain about, and really this gene research, this genetic research, this tree, my biological tree, I never imagined that I would ever know more than what I knew, and what I knew was completely fabricated and made up. So it's like really a big deal for me. So I think I was a little lost like for a long time. It was unbearable some days. It really was. But I bared it. I grinned. I frowned. I cried. I drank. I did whatever I needed to do to pass the time away. And that was a repetitive cycle over and over and over again, because there was no direction in the remnants of what I was given to make a life out of. There was no finding balance when I was so disconnected and imbalanced. And now, after so long, I'm sitting here, one amazement after another. I'm learning about all kinds of different tribes that I never heard of before. And I'm finding all of these people who I share DNA with, and they are my relatives, and it's beautiful. It's a shame that I have to pay for it, or I really have to dig, because I don't pay for my subscription anymore for Ancestry. But I did do the DNA test, and I did. I'm surprised my ringer didn't go off. I did. It is working in my favor with the living relatives, and being so disconnected from my bloodlines. It's filling in some gaps for me that would be impossible for me to know. It would be impossible. So my book has been started over at least 3 times. So I said, you know what? I'm still in research phase. I didn't expect to be researching this long, because I know it took me about 6 months to process since September. And 6 months after September, I started feeling a lot better, a lot stronger. My perception was growing, it was transforming, and now the picture is bigger, the facts are clear, things that I did not know are being revealed. I am so grateful in this moment. I want to thank everybody who has taken their time out to view any of the content on this channel. Peace and love to you and yours. If this is your first time coming across this channel, I have been on a hiatus, but I haven't. I've been really researching. I have barely made any music, and normally I'm either on here or I'm doing some music, but writing this book is going to take some time. So I honestly appreciate everyone who has stuck it out with me. I do everything on my own. There's not a lot of family members that I have that are into this like me, so I'm basically doing all of this on my own, and it's cool. I have no problem doing it, because it's kind of a calling for me. I'm sitting here looking at the Manhattan skyline, baby. The night is beautiful. Today was even more beautiful. I'm just really grateful for my life and my health and my strength. I was on this laptop all day long, okay? I think I'll need to cut it off, because I will go all night, and this is why my sleep pattern be a little off. But you know, one day at a time. Again, I really just wanted to come up here and thank everybody who has taken time to view the channel, who has taken time to support through subscribing. I hope all is well on your end. Me and the little mini me, we're doing great. I have no complaints at all. there's this new peace in my spirit, and it's just peace. I've walked around with so many questions. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. And it's like every one of those questions that I live with, that I woke up with, that I ate my breakfast with, that I ate my lunch with, that I took a bath with, every day of my life, I never had the information that I have now. My genealogy meant a lot to me. I've even started back on my adopted mother's tree because technically I'm legally adopted out of my biological family. But I'm the type of person, I'm the type of entity, I want to honor all of them. I wanted to honor the ones that made mistakes. I want to honor the Union side. I want to honor the Confederate side. It's so amazing. It's so many people, and it's I'm so confused at how people draw a line at, okay, I'm this, or I'm just this, or I'm with this tribe, or I'm this and I'm that. How do you cut yourself off from the other parts of you that make up who you are? And I'm asking myself this. How am I supposed... This is why it was so important for me to know my adopted side, my paternal and my maternal side. And my adopted paternal side is really driving me crazy. I'm hitting a wall with my dad. I'm sure there's a good reason why. Because I know there was a lot of stuff going on back then. I'm seeing, you can just tell. You can just tell that certain families had to get up and go. Certain bloodlines had to just get up and go, and you can tell that certain places they didn't want to be. You could just tell. So it's a lot, and then there's one individual per household. There's more than one individual per household. Everyone has a story in this in these homes. And they have addresses, and they have birthdays, and all kinds of drafts for the war. I mean, I couldn't even sit here today and say, well, I'm a descendant of Union soldiers. Okay, because if I say that, okay, because I just found one of my great-grandfathers, Reverend Milton Caldwell. Okay, he was a Union soldier. Well, what about everyone that was on the other side fighting? Am I supposed to pick and choose? I don't believe that I can even do that. I feel like a descendant of the colonization of the of the Americas at this point, because I'm hitting tribes I wouldn't even say one tribe, even though they're all basically northeastern, and I would say southeastern. Not all the way south. No more southern than Georgia and South Carolina. I think Alabama too. It's wow. And it was so amazing. 3 days ago, I'm looking at one of my fifth great grandmothers. Actually, on my maternal side, her side was easy. My father's side is a little harder, but I'm working on it. I just got a free trial from My Heritage, and I'm gonna see if I don't want to use their tree because I don't like it. It looks old, but I want to use their search tool because their search tool is really, I kind of like it. I did really good on it today. I know I did at least 6 hours on here today. Like, it's very time consuming, but I make a lot of progress. So I just really I can't really ask for too much considering I don't know any of these people. But I know that we're genetically attached, and we have loved ones that they have loved ones that are a part of me that I may not know, but that doesn't negate them, and it doesn't negate their life, and I actually love them. It's just a beautiful thing. It's just really beautiful. So I'm making the best of this spilled milk. Wiping it on up is taking some time. I plan on working on the reparations report starting back towards the end or the middle of this week. I'm going to the beach Wednesday. And I'm going to relax and just, soak in some environmental frequencies. Hopefully they're balanced. I hope all is well on your end. I really do. It has been a real rabbit hole for me. It's like I was looking in and I fell all the way to the bottom. Seriously. It's crazy. I just can't believe this whole time. One of my grandmas was sitting up there with descriptions that I never looked at. And a few days ago, well, it was two things. A few days ago, I'm reading her name. Something told me just click on her. So I clicked on her. Mind you, we have like 16 DNA matches alive today. So this is my 5th grade grandmother. And I don't know how I never noticed this before, and she's been there, just sitting there for a while, because I will build my tree and it will get so far and I will start erasing people and do it again just to be sure so I can cross-reference. I'm very particular with my tree. I just ran into some chiefs the other night and I got freaked out. I got freaked out and I was like, oh my gosh, which I already knew that tribe would come up. I knew that in my spirit. Like when I saw it, I just smiled. Especially when I saw Chief John Big Mouth, I fell out laughing. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. But I race, and I do it again. Cross-reference with other websites, other documents, considering other places may have way more access than others. I'm just really elated. And now I want to solidify my branch of this family. I think that's important. I think it's very important. I think that taking life more serious is something we as individuals, I as an individual, waited too long to actually do. So now I want to work overtime and recuperating, remembering, replacing, revaluing, putting value back into every second that I have energy to use and build and create and rest. I be needing to rest. There's so much noise on this. I want to say internet, but it's not even just the internet. It's just so much noise in this world. Either people over there arguing, or somebody's over here being vulgar, or somebody's over here being ghetto, or somebody's over there being rude. It's just so much negativity going on in too many places at one time. So I've learned that I don't want to be a part of that anymore. I'm realizing what it feels like to have a peace of mind, and it is expensive. A peace of mind is not free, and it isn't cheap. I sacrifice my want to fit in because I don't want to fit in. I want to be where I am supposed to be. If that is right now in a form of transformation for me, I accept the challenge. If you're upgrading yourself and changing yourself for the better, you're not changing yourself. You're making yourself better. I'm not going to say I'm changing, because when I say I'm changing, I could be going up, good change or bad change. No, I'm making myself better. I'm making my thoughts more deliberately better and clean and focused. I'm getting my rest. I'm eating better, thinking better. I'm meeting different groups of people that really are the bomb. I made the block when I was on my transition journey. In the beginning, when I left everyone behind and I chose my daughter's health over my wants and my comfortability, I had to leave everything behind and focus on what did I need to do to, one, keep us together as a family, and number two, what do I need to do to make sure she has what she needs? And I did a great job. I pat myself on the back all the time for that, because I look at her now and it shows that I did invest in her. I didn't invest in me. I didn't invest in anyone but her. And it's showing, and I'm so proud of her, and I'm proud of myself, and it just feels good. Now, the bigger picture is, who do I tell her she is? That is where my next transformation started, and it was September 18th last year, and it's coming up to a year, and I can say that that was the best choice I ever made to do. As much as it hurt, for that little bit of time, it almost took me out. For that little bit of time, the value of knowing who I am. I mean, even as a 5%er when I was a teenager, that's key, knowledge of self. You don't know yourself if you don't know yourself. And if you don't know yourself out here, you will be a replication of whatever anyone programs you to be. And I'm a living witness of that. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother talk. The view is beautiful. I think I'm going to make a cup of coffee. Do me some meditating. Giving thanks for today. Giving thanks for all of the developments that have been made in your life and mine. Giving thanks for the developments that are to come. It is just beautiful. I just really feel like when you realize that you need to cut the noise off, you do, and you heal. I don't know what it looks like for everyone. I know what it looks like for me. I have slowed down enough to catch my wind. I've slowed down enough to process. I've been reading. And I don't know everything. I'm still learning. I'm like a baby in the gene world. I'm just learning who I am. And it feels good. It feels right. It feels the opposite of what I was told. It feels good. Even the bad parts that I wish I did not have to carry, I don't have a problem carrying them. The energy that comes with it, because it's real and it's a part of my story that I get to embrace finally. Okay? Oh my goodness. What is wrong with honesty? Honesty. There's nothing wrong. Listen, things happen. We cannot be proud of every moment of our lives. That is a given for all of us. But when you're a family, no one is supposed to be left behind. And I always wonder why those words were so important to me. But I understand now. I am a descendant of male soldiers. Like all of the males connected to me were soldiers. Every last one of them. Besides the ones born after the 60s. Every single, no, excuse me, I'm wrong. No, I'm lying. Even all the way up to the Gulf War. That traumatized me when Dre had to go to the war. See, this is why this book is gonna be, it's gonna really not even explain. Oh, this wind is so beautiful tonight. You should see this view. Oh. Yes, the view is beautiful. This book, and I'm still stuck on my synopsis. I'm doing the research. I'm getting the outline for my synopsis because I'm not really processing it. It's like, how do I put this in words? This story is going to stand as a historical fact. For the reader, but for my family, it is a form of healing through knowing the good, the bad, the ugly. That is where the growth is. I'm telling you, that is where the growth is. If you're forced to run from something you should be facing, or if you choose to run from something you should be facing, you will not be able to grow. I think I always wanted to know the truth because I knew there was a truth to be known. And I knew it wasn't some little rinky-dink truth. I knew it was something colossal, something huge. It's something that will put things back in order. This has been the best time of my life. I'm adoring. I have adoration for this process, this transformation. I wanted it. I didn't know how to go about getting it, but this was it. And this was it right here. I need to cut this laptop off. Peace and love to the block. I missed the block, but I'm not gonna lie. I am busy digging in this hole. I fell all the way in the rabbit hole, okay? I fell all the way in, and I like it here. And I'm gonna process what I just learned over the weekend and today. I may do some more digging tomorrow because after my digging, every day I have new notifications and I'll be jumping up early, 7 o'clock in the morning to go to my laptop. So I may do it one more day. Then Wednesday we're going to the beach, and when I get back, I'm going to stop the genealogy research for about 3 days. And I want to go back to the reparations report because there's a menu on Ancestry where you can view everyone on the tree, and it breaks it down like in a list with the dates, the location, and the name, and I think maybe the age. I love that. I have 4 pages. So some days I'll just pick a name and just research them. Find out as much as I can for free. It's hard. It's very hard. A lot of these names are doubled. Then you got, say I got one grandfather named Milton and he has another son named Milton, and they don't write Junior or something to distinguish between the two. I have to really pay attention. But it's just a beautiful thing, and I just wonder, like, I feel good that they're not forgotten, you know? There's so many of them, so I just want to get, like, the most recent grandparents and have their names so that I can honor them and make a little space for them, and, you know, because I don't know, like, or have they been forgotten? I look up some of the tribal names of the counties that my family was living in these dates, and it says they're extinct. They're extinct as a tribal unit. They're extinct. Which doesn't mean they're dead, because clearly they were reclassified as black. A key thing I did find today, which was very interesting, when a lot of I don't really see ethnicity on ancestry documents. I don't even think they were doing that back then, because I'm looking in the 1700s and the 1800s. But on my heritage documents, the ethnicity is there, and I've been looking for it to say African American. And I've been looking for it to say African. But every time, if it's even there, like as an option, what comes behind it is American. So it's just been very, very revealing. It's just a lot of things have been revealed. One of my grandmothers is from the Accomack tribe, and someone had reached out to me, or responded to me and let me know, that tribe was deemed in the public and probably I say in the public because anytime outsiders can give input, then it's in the public, that they were traitors or whatever. And I really don't care about that because, like I said, I have Confederate soldiers, Union soldiers, patriots. I've got everything. My relatives were out here making it do what it do to stay alive. This wasn't a game or a reality show for them. I don't think whatever their decisions, whether they made a mistake or not, is something that needs to be haggled about or argued over, to be honest. There's a lot of people with pasts that they may not be proud of. Hell, I'm one of them too. I don't care. I made 1,001 mistakes. I listened to people who didn't even know who they were. All they knew was the Bible. I listened to people who were brainwashed by propaganda from this government in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. Remember the crack baby shenanigans that was going on all over the news and the media and in the schools and all everywhere, and the dare against drugs and marijuana and all this stuff. Really, everyone has made mistakes, but that's my mama, okay? I've found links to a few tribes, loosely connected to the Powhatans and directly connected to the Powhatans. Lenape as well. A few names. I wrote them down. I'm doing more research, trailing their movements in their counties that they were in, and it's just really beautiful. Now, what am I going to do to restore honor? What am I going to do to put honor where my child, years from now, as a woman my age, can look back, whether I'm here or not, and say, my mother really pushed this really hard to get this done. You know what that does to your family members when they see you win? When they see you you don't even have to win, when they see you try, when they see you fight hard for whatever you believe in. We've lost that as a family, and it devastates me. We've lost that as a people and a community, and it devastates me. And I'm only one person, and I brought one person into this world that's alive today, and I promise not to make this world any worse. That's my promise. I promise to make my relatives and my loved ones, living and dead, proud. I don't mean to be spooky or nothing, but I feel so connected to them. I even feel connected to my adopted mother. I feel like she's so proud of me because she knows how hard and how this what I had to go through, this karmic situation that I had to go through. I know she's proud of me because she knows how hard this was on me. This is why my results came out on the day she passed. Everything, and my daughter godmom's birthday. Everything is so connected, and it's just really keeping me in a process, it is crazy because I should be upset, I should be mad, and I was. In some moments, I do get that, I do feel that, but it passes because I have the opportunity to really build something beautiful, and I'm not going to beg for support. Because the support is going to come. My tribe is going to show up as it always has. And I just appreciate this process because I've learned a lot. I'm growing. I'm not going to say I'm grown. I know it all. No, I know that there is way more for me to find out. And that's the most beautiful space that I could be in. If you know me, you're definitely happy for me because I've been through hell. Like, I walked through the fire and I got burned so many days. And I'm actually glad that it was so hard because now I have nothing but appreciation for this process that I'm in right now because it took so long to get here. It took so long to get right. It took so long to find the truth and be able to stand on it. No one can tell me who I'm not. And no one can tell me who I am. That is the most powerfulest. It's so powerful. I love you. I want to thank you for spending some time on my channel. I want to thank you for just sending your energy here. I want to rebuild and reconnect and remember so that I can move forward correctly, not incorrectly, not with imbalance, not with malice, not with hurt, not with anything you could think of. Oh my God, I don't want to ever inflict that type of harm on myself or anyone else. What I had to experience and even what I have to live with going forward now is honestly a gift. It turned into a gift for me the moment when I was about to give up. It turned into a gift because I knew I was not going to let that be the end of the story. That pushed me to get the pen and get to erasing and rewriting, relearning, recalculating. Honesty, perseverance, life is good. On the inside, I wish I could make the world a better place. But I figured out the only way that I can honestly do that is by starting within. Now that I've cleaned up the clutter within, I actually like it here. I actually love it here. I actually am ecstatic with myself and I'm a go-getter. I could have gave up a long time ago and just been, I don't know where I would have been today. Probably not even alive. So this is a good pride. I'm just really grateful I'm strong. I'm grateful for every one of my relatives that gave me the DNA that I have, because they gave me some strength. I refuse to give up. This is why I'm barely doing anything on my channel, because ever since my results came in, I have been really studying. You should see my tree. I want to share it, but I don't really. I don't know. My spirit is like, no. I don't mind sharing the ancient DNA stuff because it's so distant. But like my moms and my pop-ups, I don't really want to share that, but it's just a beautiful process. And sometimes I get teary-eyed because I get emotional, because it's like so many people, and they like lived whole lives, and I'm just sitting there one by one just visualizing these people. Some have pictures, some don't. If you haven't done your genealogy, or you're not doing your genealogy, or you think that it's not worth it, you may need to rethink that. I'm here to tell you it's worth it. Especially if you come from a family that has been stricken with karmic energies, or a lot of trauma, displacements, and things like that. Like if you see a pattern of negative things happening in your family, you may need to do your research so you can start speaking life with the correct words and the correct frequencies. You can only get from understanding. Last year this time, I didn't have this frequency. I was livid. This year, I've sat with the ugly parts, and I have a better understanding. I have a better understanding. Understanding all the way down to my soul and my spirit. So that was a growth process from then to now. And it has really changed my life. I mean, yeah, it was bad news. It was very bad news. But it also helped me understand why certain people are treating me the way that they do. Now I can actually forgive them and not actively participate in this karmic shit that was going on before I got here. I can actually leave it on them. I don't have to force myself into their lives, because I understand I'm not supposed to be there. I never knew that. Knowing that now gives me, I feel taller. I feel stronger. It feels right. I almost went crazy doing it the wrong way. It almost drove me crazy because it didn't feel right. It almost drove me crazy. And I'm like, why is this not working when this is how it's supposed to be? I never knew that's not how it was supposed to be until I did that daggone. I ain't gonna lie, it was a DNA test for me, baby, because I would have never found my dad. They was taking it to their grave one by one. But what is done in the dark always comes out, and that's for any and everybody. So I'm just really grateful. I'm loving myself. I feel good. I look good. I have a new glow about me. And I'm not just boasting at myself. Like, everybody sees it. I just hope I can get into this bathing suit. Well, listen. This is all I'm going to give out for now. I'm going to pull up on the block this week towards the end of the week. I may schedule a stream guard and just come sit on live and, bust it up, maybe share a couple of things. I got some documents I wouldn't mind going over. I want you and you to make sure that you stay safe and you stay aware. I love you. Peace out.